So this video is essentially just gonna be, in my opinion, which roads need 135 exits more than others. So you're gonna notice something because in this video, you're gonna notice both things that like need an exit, but it's also possible that it's just a signing error, and it just needs to be signed to that. Like, for example, Siemens Neck Road is actually a major road that goes from Merrick Road all the way out to, I believe, Stewart Avenue, just south of NY-135, although it becomes another road. Or maybe it's Aiken Avenue, I'm not sure. But whatever it is, though, it's a major road in its own right. So when you have that exit 3, it could be signed that way, but in reality, it isn't. That's like just a signing error. Oh, and if you're wondering, Stewart Avenue, I did film a video on it, and I'm trying to work out the logistics of getting that uploaded to YouTube. Unfortunately, I had to stop at NY-24 because, so you're probably not actually going to see it in the video. I'll try to do reaction videos whenever I do each of these, because I try not, like in South Louisville Road, I just tilted it over too much. Same for Washington Avenue, but I'm working to not tilt it over. Like, I think in that video, I tilted it over twice. I'm just trying to get it uploaded to YouTube, work at those logistics. But we're going to do 3 things that need 135 exits. Now, one of them is going to be a replacement. 2 of them are going to be additions. And we're going to, like, work out what exactly exit numbering things would work. So the first is Central Avenue. Now this is one where it could just be exit 8. Exit 8 is Powell Avenue, but I think Central Avenue is better. There's a specific reason why they picked this. Plainview Road, which is the road that goes off of Powell Avenue, is actually a pretty major road, as in the sense that it goes from, as in the sense that it's a main road to both the Bethpage State Parkway and Bethpage State Park. So obviously it's convenient to have an exit right there. However, Central Park Avenue is more significant. You will see my Stewart Avenue video that it crosses there. It also crosses by Broadway, and it goes all the way out to NY-107. Whereas where it ends is actually after the BSP by Merritt's Road. If you're wondering, Merritt's Road is too far east to have an exit off of really anything. But in my opinion, that's a good place for it to be. So in my opinion, like, this is probably the best place it could be. It's probably the best place it could be. The best, but the worst place it could be, but yes, that's probably the best. It's probably like you can't get it, but if you know what I'm saying. So if you're wondering, Central Park Avenue is a pretty big road. So in my opinion, it really, Central Park Avenue is a pretty big road. So that's Central Avenue. So in my opinion, it should have an exit, and it deserves it more than Powell Avenue. There are 3 reasons why I can see that this won't happen. The first is that Plainview Road, which is Powell Avenue strictly only goes from Broadway to NY-135, doesn't even go out to Stewart Avenue, let alone 107. And if you're wondering where it would end around the Grumman's area. It would end at Grumman's Road West, which, if you're wondering, South Oyster Bay Road, it'll become relevant shortly, but not now. But if you're wondering, But if you're wondering, if you're wondering, Broadway is like the road immediately right by 135. A lot of roads connect that to Stewart Avenue, and they're around 700 meters or 0.45 miles apart. And past Stewart Avenue is either 107 or South Oyster Bay Road, depending on where exactly your location is. And I promise you we will get into that. I wish I filmed a South Broadway video, like maybe a video from 24 to Old Country, but that's probably never gonna happen. There are like 10 other drives that are bigger priority in my opinion, and that's a low priority of mine. I mean, plus we could also just like always do some Google Maps sky scanning, like for Round Swamp Road, that'll like be the only way. So if you're wondering, if you're wondering, interstate. So if you're wondering, Howell Avenue, like Plainview Road, it goes to the Bethany State Parkway, and I see a place where they'd have it, but because Central Park Avenue is also exit B4 off the Bethpage, and at that point they're within a quarter mile or 400 meters of each other. So in my opinion, I don't see a real need for it. Probably wondering then, what's something else that you think needs one? Well, another one is Haypath Road. Now, Haypath Road kind of makes sense to me, because Haypath Road is surrounded on other sides by roads, like 135 service roads in that area, at least to the north. So it would kind of have to be like a southbound only thing. And to the north, there's no way you could have this exit coming from the south, where you're heading south. So there's going to be a Plainview exit and entrance, which the Plainview entrance would probably have to be by Gerhard Road due to being a practical service road, and the Bethpage exit and entrance, because it'll lie right on the Plainview Bethpage border, as that's where Haypath Road physically is. Now, Haypath Road is not that long to the west. It thrives in the east. So it's in Plainview Bethpage and Old Bethpage, as it's on the Plainview Bethpage boundary until the trail, well then it's in Old Bethpage. So I'm not sure exactly where it ends. It begins at Gromans Lane / Farmers Avenue. Gromans Lane / Farmers Avenue. It begins there. It then goes under 135, then across Plainview Road and Old Bethpage Road. So like that Villa Montes area where by Round Swamp Road is just north there, where it intersects Round Swamp Road, and then it ends somewhere after that. It ends somewhere So yeah, if you're wondering, yeah, there it is. So that's the thing though. So Hay Path Road, you're probably wondering, okay, now that we have that out of the way, what exit would it be? Because there's an exit 9 that's actually doesn't skip an exit. Exit 9 is old. Is Plainview Road towards Plainview heading north and Broadway to Bethpage heading south. And that's Old Country Road to Plainview and Hicksville heading north. Wallace Drive is the only one without a location, although that would really just be Plainview. But as for the other one, another one, this would really be, I guess, Old Bethpage would be a good place to sign it, because that's where people are probably trying to head. I think that there were numerous advantages, not so much on the ecosystem, but on the economy. There are benefits because people won't. Because if you want to get to somewhere, say like Romans Lane, like you don't have a good option, because you either take exit 9 onto Plainview Road and then have to head north to Hay Path Road to Romans, or you take exit 10 if you're heading the other way, and then you have to go on Romans Lane all the way down. This would save time for people trying to head to all these areas, and will provide quick and easy links, and it would help connect roads together. So the disadvantages, of course, first of all, we don't know what exit number would be. First of all, it's possible that all these exit numbers would have to be bumped up, and we'll get used to knowing that exit 11, the exit that I get off most times is Wallace Drive, although it's not signed to anything. But kind of weird to have to get used to that being exit 12, which you normally think of the NSP, which would be 13, which we normally think of 495. It'll be weird thinking exit 10, which we all know is Old Country Road, to being exit 11. Exit 14, we think of NY-125, but that would be exit 15. And here's the thing. 135 doesn't use letters, and you're probably thinking, of course it does. You have 1 east and 1 west. You have, if you're heading south, there's 2 east and 2 west, 4 east and 4 west, 7 east and 7 west. There's 12 west and 12 east, and for 13 and 14, which is W and E, but it's not like actually the same A. And the closest one of those that I'm trying to describe is on the NSP, where like exit 37 is Mineiro Hill Road to Woodbury and Plainview, but exit 37A is I-495 East, and if you're heading the other way, it's west, depending on the directionality. The problem is the fact that they don't have those. I mean, the NSP, if you're heading eastbound, you have exit 36AB. 36A is 135 south to Seaford and heading north is to Syosset. But the problem is the fact that well, number one, it travels across Syosset, Plainview, and Woodbury. But number two, is the fact that I don't know if it travels in Syosset, but number two is the problem is that it's still a north-south. It's just using AB, because 36 north is southwesterly road to Syosset, and 36 south is southwesterly road towards Bethpage. So they've already used the north-south, and now they have to use another one. You know, like it just goes another one and another one. But I'm being serious. So it would probably have to be either exit 9A or exit 10A. I think 9A is more useful. I keep saying, oh, it's half a mile or 800 meters from Plainview Road / Broadway. Oh, it's not that close. Oh, it's really far away, but it's 0.8 miles, 0.9 miles, which is closer to like 1.4 kilometers from Old Country Road. And like, you know, I think a lot more people would be going from 10 to not from Old Country Road here on the highway than from Plainview Road, because you don't generally want to go to an A. I mean, 10A could work, but you know, the final one is Woodbury Road. Now, Woodbury Road is actually a busy road. It goes from Hicksville at Bay Avenue, and it's East Barclay Street all the way out to NY-107, although West Barclay Street weirdly is excluded. And it goes into Cove Neck or whatever it's called, Cold Spring Harbor at NY-25A, and it's kind of like a northeast-southwest road, depending on the part you're heading at. And it's in Hicksville, and then at Southwest Road it becomes Plainview, but then it goes on the border at Market Drive, which is quickly after, and then it goes, and then you go through the Tri-Point and the NSP Bridge. So, I mean, there, oh god, the clouds don't look good. And there you have NY-135, or NY-135? No. There you have NY-1, and there you have and then you have Syosset Woodbury, but then it goes to the heart of Woodbury at the NY-135 bridge, and you know, it just continues on and on and on after that. But throughout Woodbury, and then it's actually recently the Woodbury bordered by the West Hills of Cold Spring Harbor from Avery Road. So at this point, you're north of NY-25, they cross to NY-108, and then shortly after that, it actually gets it begins West Pulaski Road, which eventually connects to the Sac Coast, and then it's a straight shot up north to 25A. It's actually a pretty long route, and 25A is for A too. It's like, but and like that's the thing, Woodbury Road. So the problem is though is that when it cuts into 135, it doesn't have any exits, because it cuts. But between where it cuts the NSP 135 and 495, it's too close. There are some points where I think that it could use one, and hear me out, I have a point. So, if you're heading on the exit 13 East ramp, onto I-495 East, there could be like a little spur, a little tick off, that'll let you go on Woodbury Road. Currently, the only way to do this is you have to take exit that to exit 45 and then stay north. South is Minetta Hill Road, but north is Woodbury Road. There's no other road you could get off at. And I think that really they could just at least sign Woodbury Road, and maybe sign exit 45 south and 45 north for this purpose. For this purpose, they could sign it 45 south and 45 north. You know, and is there another place that would be really good? Unfortunately, no. If they had like an exit 12 west heading southbound, it could be a little thick onto Woodbury Road. Unfortunately, that does not exist. It's pretty sad, and I'm starting to get ever more terrified, though it's because there are storm clouds, but they're probably just stratus clouds, which I guess are okay. you're probably wondering, what are nimbus clouds? They produce heavy rains, but never thunderstorms, because something like the cumulonimbus, it triggers electricity. So if you're wondering, interstate, a DC, yeah. So if you're wondering, interstate, if you're wondering, like Woodbury Road, there's not enough room to like squeeze a full-blown exit. They're already just between 500 and 800 meters, or around 0.3 and 0.5 miles apart. There's not enough room to have them, but I think that they could have little ticks. I also think that because southbound there's no exit 12 west, they could have the exit 12 east could just be exit 12B, and 12A could be Woodbury Road. Like I definitely think that there are places where they could have Woodbury Road. Like they have to put a better amount of effort into actually making these roads. But it's not going to be cosine. Now you're gonna wonder where have I merged on from and where have I gotten off of NY-135, because I clearly seem to be so fascinated with this highway. You gotta be wondering that. So I've obviously gotten on at the exit 11 place, so that's Radcliffe Road. I've gotten on from 12 east, both heading south and north. Actually, I remember, I very rarely take exit 36B off of the NSP, but I have once or twice. So I've gone from exit 12 east. It's 12 east. It's impossible to get on from 12 west, as there's physically no connection from the NSP west onto NY-135. No physical connection. If you're wondering, they say, if you want to get there, you take exit 37A on I-495 west, and then you just take exit 44 south, or 44 north, depending on where you want to go. It's really, in my opinion, should just be signed as 135 to 25. There's no other place you could go. It's the second northernmost exit, and the thing I like about the second is that you could just sign it towards, and that's it. There's physically no other place you could sign it to. Michael Jackson, like Thriller. Like, I particularly don't like Michael Jackson, not because I think he's bad. I like his music. It's just that whenever I think about it, it's like it kind of brings on bad memories. Cause like he died at 50, and like he was in his 50s, but he was only 50. And like that fact that like I don't know, it hits me a little bit. In any case, I've merged on from 13 east and 13 west, obviously. I've merged on from 14 west a couple of times. Well, I'm starting to realize something. If I was heading west, would that count as east or west? I think east, personally, but it's a good argument. Either way, I've been on them, but for like 14 east and west. I've merged on both times from there. Though heading from 25 heading westbound is better, which I personally don't know if I'd consider that east or west. Really, it's up to you, and I wouldn't judge you either way. Really, it's your call. Like I'll leave it up to you. I'm just stating what I think. I'm just stating what I think, you know. Because what I think isn't always. Oh God. But like that's the thing. That's the thing. Like I don't know which way. I've been on it for both times, for 14, 13, and 12, and obviously 11. I've merged on from 10 in both directions, although it's a lot more common if we're heading south. I've only been doing it heading north because we could just merge on from Radcliffe Road, like Old Country Road, and we can't even do a 10 to 11 because heading north there's no exit 11. Although in my opinion there should be, because it can be conveniently located on Ruby Lane. It would. Oh, it's starting to rain a little bit. My phone obviously can't get that wet, but I'm comfortable with it for now. So you're probably wondering. Well, I have to end the video because it's raining pretty hard. Bye.